Hey guys, I just want to do a video on how it is that I pass my eval in 3 trades, as you can see here in the chart. And each trade was the same, to be honest. Each trade was a sell trade and the structure was all similar, and that's how your trades should be. So let me show you guys the trades that I took. Right, let's go. So I'm going to sell here through a limit order. Kind of started recording a little late, right? But as you can see, things are playing out in my favor here. Stops above. You might see me go back and forth between Tratovate and TradingView. It's just that TradingView charts is just so much clearer. Or I don't know. I just like them so much better, but I trade through Tratovate. Well, for this account, I traded through Tratovate. So this was the first trade that I took on this valuation. And as you guys know, with valuations, you just want to get them done as quick as possible, right? While staying concentrated, while taking the right trades. I was in for one contract in this trade. So I kind of already had an idea where I wanted to take my profits at, where I wanted to aim towards. So you can see here I'm moving my stops into profits, but still giving it plenty of room to breathe in case of a retracement. So you can see I put it right above this previous zone. Ideally you want to put it here, but just in the case that we did tap this area, I wanted to keep it up here. Well, here I moved it a little lower. Yeah, so this was a pretty big trade. I don't usually trade like this. I tend to aim a little more conservative, but this was an eval, so I just wanted to get it done as quick as possible. So it's here where I do get a little emotional, right? I start to move my stop up and down, start to chase the price, and I think I get stopped out there. Yep. Okay, so here's my second trade. As you can see, it looks very similar to the first one. And that's something you want in trading. You want all your trades to look similar, right? I mean, the market does similar things every day. Not exactly 100% alike, but similar things, and those are the things you want to capitalize on. So I'm in this trade, another sell. I think this trade was much more smoother than the first one, if I recall. Again, you see me going back and forth between Tratovate and TradingView. It's just, I don't know, TradingView charts are just crisp, man, but with their new update, you gotta pay like a fee if you want to trade through them or something like that. So I was like, screw that. Here I took a little more time to move my stops into break even. It's kind of just going by the feel of the trade, right? I mean, the structure was there. The trade was heading in my favor. Those lines that you see in these areas right here, those were possible resistance zones, right? Areas where price may have struggled. But the sellers are strong to this day. Marked up another zone right there. Just my idea was if we start to break above that, then I'd probably look to get out. It would probably signal reversal in my mind, but we bounced off of it pretty nicely. Move my stops into that area. We did turn very wickish in this zone here. As you look to the left, you can see these support areas, so that made sense. And I think it's here where I start to trail it, and it hit my profits. So here's my third trade, and again, a very similar trade. This one I started recording a little late into it. I think this was the fastest trade out of the three. Clean traffic to the left. The same principle, I mean, reversal structure at the top. And there it is. Back to that last trade that I took for that eval. It was somewhere about here, right? Okay. So off the bat, let's look at our structure, right? Let's start fresh. Okay. Off the bat, every time I come into the market, I like to look at the 1 hourly and find my zones. So we had targets down here, and we had highs up here, right? And the previous highs over here. What else do I see? I see that we broke out of a support zone, right? This area right here. Okay. I see that we broke out of it, tapped it, and now price is about here, right? This structure in my mind triggers a sell bias, okay? I mean, the daily candle is bearish, the 4-hour candle is bearish. And on top of that, we had already come and tapped these areas down here, right? And the 1-hour structure is bearish. So this is what I like to do. I like to confirm a bias on the higher time frames. And as I go down to the lower time frames, I like to find an entry. My favorite time zone to trade is the 1 minute time frame, sorry. Okay, this is where we at right here, right? But I still need a little more confirmation. So as you can see here in the 1 minute, you have the support level right here, right? If price can break down through here and close below this, on top of the 1 hourly structure being bearish, and every other higher time frame being bearish, to me that's a confluence. To me that gives me confidence in taking this trade. Now anything can happen in the markets, right? I mean, price could be here and then the next minute it's up here. That's another aspect, right? You look at news, you see what's on the plate. This for today. You look at news, you see what's on the plate for today. See what hour, what time you should avoid trading, right? Whether if there's no high impact news, but there's volume on the market, then just follow the structure. So okay, we're about right here. I wait. Okay. Big bearish energy right there, right? To me, this was enough to open a sell order right here. And I think it looked something like that. So let's see if it plays out the way it did that day. So yeah, we get entered. Look at that. Boom. Rejection. Now price did struggle a little bit, right? I mean, here on the 1 minute it's a little choppy, but we had the power or the strength, whatever you want to call it, of the 1 hourly structure, right? And yeah, I mean, without, I don't want to say predicting, right? But here, let me delete this. Guys, oops, that did not go how I wanted it to. Okay, I mean, just by looking at this, right? Or this, I mean, that's just classic structure. Like, guys, stick to the time-tested ideas. Supporting resistance is king. I mean, it's so basic, and nobody likes basic, right? Everybody has that what's it called, shiny item syndrome, where everybody wants to go for the new thing. Guys, I mean, look at the structure here. Look how well, or how symmetrical it mirrors to the left, right? I mean, I'm sure you guys can see this pattern. I gotta redraw it for you guys. Look. I mean, that's just classic pattern analogy. But that's not all it takes, right? You're not just gonna trade every time you see a pattern. You also need the idea to be supported by the higher time frames, right? You need everything to line up. And sometimes that takes patience, right? Not every day does this happen, right? It happens often enough though, but not every day, right? There's some days where only 4 out of 5 things line up, or only 3 out of 5 things line up. But that's the name of the game, right? Odds. You see it and you do it over and over again, you get comfortable in it. So I hope that explained this strategy. Obviously there's more to my strategy, right? I'm not gonna be able to explain everything in a 15-minute video. But yeah, I mean, look where we drew support zone on the 1 hourly, right? This is clearly a support level. Oops, what am I doing? That was clearly a support level that we broke out of, right? We break out of it. This wick goes up high. Price gets pushed down. Retest. Another push down. I mean, this was clearly an important zone, right? A rejection zone. You go down to the 1 minute time frame, the lower time frames. I mean, look at it. Just price just stopped there. Just rejected. Broke out. Right? Volume. Retested, right? Accumulated. And then boom. Sold. On top of that, I mean, our VMA and our EMA were supporting our theory. I mean, price was below it. So yeah, guys, I hope this explained the idea behind those trades. I'm not very used to talking into a microphone or on camera or whatever you want to call it. I will start live streaming more often and sharing this journey with you guys, and hopefully you guys can pick something, right? Hopefully you guys can pick something up from this, become better traders, right? I mean, some of you guys may be just so close to it, right? It takes time, guys, but just trust the process. Show up every day. Try your strategy. Backtest. Remember the basic principles, apply them. But also remember that in this market, everything works and yet nothing works. So keep that in mind. It's like, what do I mean by that? It's, well, you need several things to line up, right? Typically. I mean, you're not just gonna learn patterns and become a great trader, right? It takes more than that, right? You have to watch the market every day and understand its language. The market starts to speak to you after a while. But anyways, this video went on too long now. And how do I end this? I don't know. Subscribe, like, comment. You guys want to follow me on Instagram, you can. I'll have it linked up in the bio. So yeah, thank you guys. Bye.